Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWEdeadman, but you already know that, and we are going to design today a plane for part testing, pretty much. I'd say, by the way, we are at, I just gotta move my overlay here a bit to be able to read that. We are at 1,228,636 funds. Whatever currency you wanna make that. So a part testing plane. I don't actually know whether I want that to be a actual plane with people in it or not, because, well, I said part testing is too dangerous for Kerbals to be on there, but, you know, on a designated flight with, you know, a rescue system on this, that shouldn't be too much of a problem, now should it? Also, we can put like a barometer on here for science sake. And like a temperature thingy on the other side. Yeah. Then a decoupler and some stuff like that. Inline reaction wheel, decoupling, and parachutes in symmetry mode. Yeah. So in theory, we could say abort sequence. Decouple this and deploy the chutes. Yeah, I think that would be a good thing to have. Now, for the plane. Of course, we do want a little bit of rocket, or not rocket fuel. Not rocket fuel. We want the normal fuel. Fuselage here. Actually, we have the Mark II fuselage. Why not use it? It looks so much better, really. And you know, what do we have in terms of? Yeah, we only have the basic jet engine. So, you know, I think we're just gonna put where's the constructible stuff here? Why are you lagging, game? Okay, make this like this and like this and like this, and then put on do these now have air intake? Yeah. These are exactly the same part, essentially. Am I right about that? There's nothing that's different about these. Except for that costs more, so... Okay, that's not gonna work this way. Yeah. Then let's just put on the engines. Come on. I can put them on individually, I don't care. You know you work. Come on, you know you're gonna work. See? That works. Then we want, just to be sure, we want something like this. Yeah. And something like this on the lower end here. And on the sides, we do this. Yeah. Then we need wings. That looks hilarious. that looks hilariously underpowered in wing surface. What I want here, I don't actually have the other delta wing, do I? Okay. Other question, is the other delta wing even stock? Since I've been using the oh, that's bad. Okay. No, let's see. Have the center of lift and the center of mass, please. Okay. So we're gonna put these, of course, pretty much back here, so we can have them have the fucking things here which do only roll and pitch, and this thing here pretty much as a wait, no, that it is. Double thingy here that only yaws. Yeah. Okay. Now I want that to be a little bit further in the front, and do that by adding canards. Like this. Which, again, only pitch and roll. Oh, only pitch, really. We have enough rolling authority with this. This should, in theory, be enough to make this fly. So, essentially what I'm gonna do to make that, to be sure that that flies, again, by the way, no. Wrong direction. There we go. These are essentially free on the weight part, so I'm not too concerned about using multiple of those. Oh, okay. How do you work? Yeah, that looks good. Brakes on is also nice. Good. Then we need the other gear bay and put weight only one in front, like in here. Really? Like that. And we gonna start that with disabled brakes and unlocked steering. And just in case we have a light thing, we're gonna dim the lights and make them slightly blue. Okay, that's 2.25 and 4. So we're gonna make that, do that same here. Two 0.25 and 4, and you copied that, yeah. So in case we do have to use light to come back, we have that. We're gonna call this the part tester. We're gonna call this the designated testing plane, DTP. Mark 1. Save that thing and let Jebediah do the test flight, because he's our best pilot. We want this to have a nice thing. Saved it again. We want that to not be a stage. Okay. Yeah. Let's try this thing out. I just hope I don't crash it. And as soon as we have tested this out and gotten some temperature data and some barometer data from the runway here. Toggle or log. Log. Keep and keep. And SAS on full. We don't have air intakes. I'm a moron. Good. Recover vessel. I knew I had forgotten something. Okay, at least we got 6 science for that. We've got 100% of the value back since we didn't leave the runway. And we've got Jab back. I can imagine Jab sitting in there like, hey, what's up? We're not moving. Okay. Give me some symmetry here. Put those here. Those right in front of that. And then turn off symmetry and put one in here. And well, we added one here. That looks way better. Safe launch. Launches a plane without air intakes. Okay. Boom. SAS on and ignite engines. Yes. Do those have new engine sounds too? Holy shit, slow down. Okay, we certainly have the required engine power to get payloads up here and test them. We have the required maneuverability to be a nice plane. Yes. Be a nice plane. Turn around. Okay, I think we can land this back at the runway without much of a problem. By the way, does Hot Rockets add new sounds to the jet engines too, or are those new in 0.24? Because I haven't heard jet engines in 0.24 yet. Because or is that one of my other mods? Because I don't have anything that actually improves the sound. Okay, I think we can cut the engines. Get our gear out. Okay. I think there's still something standing on the launch pad over there. And we have no problem landing this thing. So, could you stop? Thank you. Okay. I think those do electric charge, don't they? Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Recover this thing. We should get back 100%. I should have done some science while flying. So yeah, we only recovered something that survived the flight. Meh. We've got 100% of our value back, except for the little bit of fuel that we used. And of course, we still get reputation for getting Jebediah back in one piece. We don't have any available contracts, so let's put on the first part to be tested in flight over Kerbin. And that's just going to be the first one that comes up here. Test Mark II radial mount parachute in flight over Kerbin. Okay. So we will need the radial mount parachute. One of those, please. Right here. We're gonna put that in a separate stage. We're also gonna put an action group to cut the chute on action group 1. Because I wanna immediately cut that thing as soon as I deploy it. And yeah, then we can start this thing and make it go, I guess. So launch. I will only show you the first mission here in its entirety, and I will cut you pretty much the parts that are important for the others. So get me my thing here. Okay, flying at 21,300 to 23,800 between 270 and 670 meters per second. I think that's doable. So go. I still feel like those are new engine sounds. I feel like I haven't heard those before. And on our way back, we're actually gonna try testing the other thing, the gear base, since those are actually supposed to be tested in flight over Kerbin as well. And remember, if we do get a little bit of a problem with this thing, we still have our abort system. Just make sure our air intake doesn't fuck up on that altitude. Because that could very well be a thing that could happen. We don't have flight engineer in this, we should probably put it on. Remind me of that. Okay, 21 kilometers under 670. Should be doable. Boom, cut. Gotcha. Good. Then where is the gear bay? Small gear bay. In flight over Kerbin. Actually are at the right altitude and stuff, so run test. Nice. So we did that as well, so we can actually go back to the runway. I'm going to try to do something here that's probably a little bit risky. Oops. Okay. We're gonna go back down first a little bit. And then we turn around for the flight back. So I like that I just essentially tested stuff for free, so we can get this stuff back to the runway and not even have a single dollar missing or single Kerbin currency fund. Okay. Okay. Pull out of the dive, please. Nice. Okay, we're flying at normal efficiency again. So, turn around and go back to the runway. And then we have actually already pretty much... Yeah, actually, give me caps lock and my better controls here. Because that's actually way easier. Also, I do want to add, after landing, the Kerbal engineered this. And whenever we get the ability to, I'm going to actually update those to the high altitude engines. So I'm essentially aiming to the right of this because those are still launch clamps, probably those that are on the launch pad or something. These should have been recovered like ages ago. I'm probably gonna recover them manually or something. I don't know. This should work. If the clouds don't get into my way. We can, by the way, look in and look out. I would love to play this with the Oculus Rift. It's totally possible with third-party drivers. So if you have an Oculus and you have Kerbal Space Program, you can do that. I've seen it done before. Yeah, those clouds are kinda a little bit nasty. I'm glad that we have some sort of artificial HUD here in the distance. Because I need to fly beneath the clouds to actually see something. I do love better atmospheres and environmental visual enhancements though. Really awesome mod. And those add the clouds, actually. Environmental visual enhancement adds the clouds. Better atmospheres makes them better. Like everything else in the atmosphere. So you've essentially seen me land this before, but since I'm not gonna do anything else in this episode anymore anyways, I guess you get to see me land that thing twice. Okay, are we aligned with the runway? Just about not. Now we are, and now we are exactly. Yes! Coming in over the runway at 300 meters per second right now. Let's look at that from the inside. Okay. Gear out. Engine off. And the rest of this is essentially gliding in. This isn't the best gliding plane, really. I've had better. Actually, keep the engines on a bit. I don't want to fall like a rock. You see, we are pretty much aligned with the runway. That's actually something I struggle with most when landing planes. Okay. Engines off. Get a little bit further over here. And we should be able to land this thing without a problem. Those were the launching clamps over there again. Doing their thing. As they pretty much decouple each time they get into the rendering distance. Or physics distance, more like. Brake. And we have landed. I love this plane. For being such a very short building time that actually did a lot of stuff. We should have done some pressure scans again. We don't really need those anymore, do we? Well, recover. Could have done flying over Kerbin's water. In any way, we have done these two contracts. We got that back, we got that back, we got Jeb back. And how much science did we actually get? Not much. But plant a flag on the moon. Not like I already did that, but hey. Well, I guess we're gonna have a second moon mission, just not in the next episode. I want to get the part testing done. The flying at Kerbin part testing. So you're gonna get a pretty much compilation of me flying our plane. Taking off with whatever we need to test strapped onto it. And yeah. Get this back off, and get a Kerbal engine gear on here, like behind the cockpit, like this. Did that fuck up anything? Not really. Okay. This thing costs only 26,508 each time we launch it. Minus whatever, or plus whatever kind of stuff we put on there. Okay, the next thing that's in flight over Kerbin is a solid fuel booster. In a pretty reasonable altitude. So yeah, we're gonna just strap that on there with some sort of stuff and let it fire like, I don't know, we're probably gonna do something like this. Is that on the center of mass? No. Center of mass is more like back here. And I actually, since the stuff actually weighs something, I'm gonna put that here. To not drag the center of mass too far forward. The thing is, we need the RT-10. That's that one, yeah. Other way. Upside down. that put our center of lift there. That put our center of mass a little bit high. So I'm probably not gonna do it like this, but more like this. I don't know, let's do it like... yeah, more like this. And actually empty those. Thrust limit them to like... no, don't thrust limit them. Have them fire the least amount of fuel that you can get in there. So they pretty much just thrust for like no time at all. And those would go off in the second stage here, yeah. I think we can get this to lift off too. And land it back safely, I hope. Just gonna add these on top here. If I can. You know, I'm just gonna do those like this if you don't wanna cooperate. See? Have more air intake. And we're gonna land this back safely too, I hope. Anyway, we're gonna do this boosters. Oh, I have caps lock on. Boosters. Save that like this and have that actually take off next time. Also, real quick, make sure that this has the Kerbal engine here on top. Yeah, good. Then I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, like and favorite if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. And until next time, my name is WWEdeadman. Bye.